no gold is not enough.
And let's make it work. So for login, I'm going to make things a bit quicker here. So I'm going to create a file which is just going to be login process.php. Now this file is just going to check if we have. Now we also need to start session here as well. Here we are going to deal with the form data that we get. Now here in the pages we have login.php. Let's deal with that. I'm going to close this and sign up process and db, and yeah, login.php. So currently we are using, remember, I'm going to remove that. So in login.php we only want email and password. So user provides these two values, we can pass the user. Now we can use register.php's content to make things a bit faster here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy the input from here, which is submit button, and going to replace it here. Now it is the value going to be log in, and the rest stays the same. Now we also can change, we don't have names set up there, so we need to pass names. So user email, I'm gonna pass that. So we have user email. Let me make it a bit separate here. So this is the email field, we pass the name to it, user email. In the same way we pass user password for the user password field, which is right here. Alright, let's save that. Now we need to pass this function form when submits. So here in register we have the method post and action this. So just gonna copy that and paste here. Now instead of sign up process, we want to pass it to login process. Alright, so this is where it is gonna go. So now even in that file we can still use the validations from our sign up process. So let's do that. So login process, we have session start, and sign up process is here. So I'm going to use this, is that I'm going to use this. So we're checking that if user submitted, then include the database. And afterwards we are going to check these two values. So if we have the error, we don't have the email or don't have the password, do this. Now it is going to redirect register.php, but we want to redirect back to the login page, which is login.php. So we need to pass this in here instead of register. So I'm going to change that. Alright, now once this is done, we also checked for any email validation. I'm going to copy that as well. I'm going to paste here. I'm going to remove the username because we are not taking username. So if values are not empty, we have email and password checked. If the email is valid, we are using same filter var, and here we are going to pass the user back to login.php. Quite similar. You can download the zip of this code and compare both files and edit these files if you want to. So we have the valid email. Now we can work with the query. So here we are securing our data the same way. I'm going to secure it there too. So we have our functions at place and those values are there. Now we need to write a query here. So it's going to be $SQL. We just go to. Now when you write a query to database, you can do this. You can go straight away to the PHP-MyAdmin and the table where you want to query. So for example, here I want to query and get the data based on the user details. So what I can do here is first I delete the first entry because there is no username. Now what I do, I say select. You can type here your query and check if you're getting the data correctly, and then you can use that inside PHP code. So here I say select all from users, and I'm going to pass here a condition where. Now we are taking email and password from users, so we can use that. So we can say here email equals, so for example, user, whatever emails user provides, we are going to use that. So this email is not there, so I'm going to use this Roger Gmail, just like that, copy, and I'm going to put inside here. Now I'm going to copy this and I hit go. So you see it selected one record here, so our query is correct, so we can do that. So what I do here is I go into the code and I put this there. Now the thing is, we don't want email to pass this way, we want user email that we have. So we are going to pass email like this. And we also want to check if the password matches, so we are going to say password equals the password, user password. Now, so this is our query. Now let's take the query MySQLi query. The first parameter need to be connection, second $SQL. Alright, now we are going to check user found. If user found, what we want to do, we can write it here. So else. So if user found, we want to do the same thing that we did in sign up. We simply set the session and we gave a success message to the user created. So similarly, I'm going to pass here. So I want to put the username to session, and I want to pass, it's going to be, in this case I'm going to want to say index.php because you're logged in. I'm going to redirect there, and I will change it to logged in. So we are going to put message accordingly. Now if the user is not found, in that case we want to give the error. So I want to pass the error here and redirect accordingly. It's going to be login.php, and it is error user created failed. So I go to login.php. We are not giving any error here currently, so we need to show the errors as we want to. So I go to the register.php, and here where we are displaying all the errors. So we have this PHP on top. I'm going to copy this, and the same code I'm going to put here. And now the thing is, if these errors are set, it's going to give us the error, so that's going to work just fine for us. We need to test it out. Now one thing that we need to check is that the success logged in. If user successfully logs in index.php, we need to give the notification accordingly. So we have the success. Now we need to put this is set and then check the status. So I simply do that. If is set, actually paste this, and then we are going to check the messages, and then else. That was logged out. Now the login process, we are checking the logged in. Now we're gonna check for that. Now here we can say is success, logged in successfully. Alright, let's check if our application working now. So I go to the page here, home page, and refresh. Let's say login to access, so I go to login. So we need to pass the Roger, I have it here. Now password was, I think, 12345. I'm not sure. Something went wrong. I think the password is not right, so I think we need to register again. Let's do that. So I register. So I create a account with the name of John at gmail.com. Password going to be 123. Register. Log out. Log in. And it's going to be John at Gmail. 123. Log in. Something went wrong. Let's check what is not working. Login process, and so we're getting something went wrong. It says error user created failed. Actually, we should say here, like, if something goes wrong, it should be user login failed. And we're going to change this in our login where we're checking for this. So I gotta change this because this is the login page, and something went wrong. That's why now here I think something is not right with query, and I missed the single quotes, so it should be here. Alright, now one more thing that I haven't checked, that we are redirecting to index, so this path is correct or not. So a login process is inside processes, so one directory out, then we go to index.php, not inside pages we are looking for, so we need to remove the pages. So here it's fine, and here it's going to be index because it goes out of the processes, and index.php is there. Everything looks fine to me now. Let's check what happens now. So I go to home, refresh the page, login, John, the password is 123, login, we are logged in successful. So when we log in, for example, I said John and 123, log in, we get the message, but we are not getting the links updated. The reason is that I got the query here, but I'm not fetching the data. By mistake, I added that variable straight away. So the way to fetch username and to put into the session is going to be a bit different. So I'm going to do it right here. So what we need to do, first we are checking if the query is completed. That's totally fine. And then here I'm going to say if MySQLi underscore num underscore rows, and we are going to pass our variable, the variable that we have, user found. All right, and if it is more than 0, we want to loop through. Now here I'm going to use the while loop, and $row is equal to MySQLi underscore fetch underscore sock associated array. So here we are going to pass our variable, so the user found, that goes straight inside here. Now here we can set our data. So for example, to see if we are getting the name, we can, what I can do here is put exit here so we don't go any further, and I put here print underscore r, and I want to pass $row in it, so you can see that what data we are getting. So I go to the browser, and here we need to log in. John 123, log in. I'm going to remove the password for now. Actually, I need to show you the way to verify the password because we are using password hash, so method going to be a bit different. So I'm just going to comment this here. And now if I go to the browser and refresh, we get the details. Now if we want to print the username, we need to select the username. So I'm gonna go there, and here we can pass username like this. And once we have the username with us, we can put it to the data where we want to put. So what I do I simply say here, cut this, and I'm going to put this like here. So you get the name, put in the session, simple. Now then we are going to redirect the user. Now we are using the hashing here. Okay, array needs to be closed. That's fine. So we are using the password hash. We can't pass this here. To do this, we need to verify the password. To verify the password, what we can do here is like we are getting the data here. So if I go ahead and print it, for example, I say here print username, and I just want to exit out. Okay, we need to put it this way. When we get data from array, we put it this way. So this should be the same here. All right, continue. We get John. So we have the data, and if I want to see the password, so we can see the password as well. So here, refresh. So this is the hashed password, which is encrypted already. So when we get to verify, so we don't need to pass password hash in this case. We just need to get the user input, whatever user input is. So user password is here. Now if I want to check that user password and the encrypted password is the same, I'm going to put a condition in here where I'm getting the data, the password from the database. So I say here if, and it's going to be password underscore verify. So this is a function that we need to use to verify. The first input it takes is the user input. So we are getting this from user input, and make sure it is not encrypting again, because this is going to take care of it. The second is going to be the password that we are getting from the database, which is here with the encrypted one. So I'm going to pass it here as a second parameter. Now this if condition is going to give us what exactly is happening. So I say here echo password no match. Alright, so simply we are checking if the password is matching or not. So we're gonna see this, and I have the exit here, so it's not gonna redirect. We should see these statements. So what I do here is simply go back, refresh the page. I say john@gmail, password is 123, log in, we get password matched. Now we can use this so that when we are getting the data, we make sure password is matching. Now it's the time we can set these session, so we can pass here so that we checked, okay, if the username is correct and data is coming from database and the password is correct, then set the username. Now if the username is set, we want to redirect back to the login page now. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back and refresh, log in, john@gmail 123, log in. We have logged in successfully, welcome John, and we have log out. So log out, we are in the main page, log in to access data where we are giving these address. We can put some BR here. Let's say HR and BR. It should look a bit better then. Yeah, it's better. And there should be the same on the top, so that it's and a spacing there. We're not concentrating on the designing currently. We're just focusing how things are working so that we have our content working fine. It's okay. So you can see that login to access data. We go to login. We say John 123. We have logged in successfully. Welcome, John. You can show any kind of content here. You can have a user account, whatever you want. User can go to a logout. User can register. Let's say Vicki, and then password is Vicki@gmail.com. Password again 123 I'm gonna give, so it's easy to remember. And user signed in. We are signed in by registering. Now we can also redirect to your homepage in this case too if you want to. That's totally up to you. Now we have welcome Vicki. Log out, log in with the Vicki name. So we're going to I'm gonna change it to Vicki. Password is 123. Log in. We are logged in successfully. Welcome Vicki. You can see that we have the login system working as we want. So I will leave the code for this in the zip of it in the description. We will extend it, we will correct the formatting, we will see what things can be improved and make it more better in coming videos. But for now, this is a basic login system for a beginner. You got the understanding how login system works and how we register a user, log out a user, and show the details of a user. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye.
And our goal is not in her